Hey guys, I'm 25 weeks pregnant this week. Hooray! I have a few things to update you on this week. My symptoms, I had a nosebleed a couple of nights ago. It wasn't bad, it was really small, but it was a real nosebleed, and I've never gotten a nosebleed in my entire life. So that's big for me. I've heard pregnant women get nosebleeds a lot, so I guess that's just the normal thing. But so that was my first nosebleed, and it only lasted about a couple minutes or so. It wasn't bad. And I wanted to also let you know that in my Hypnobabies class this week, we learned about Braxton Hicks contractions. And last week's video, I talked about how my stomach would get hard on one side, and I thought that's because Charlotte was right there just kind of like pushing up against it or something. But I think that that's actually Braxton Hicks contractions, because we learned that they can be on just one side or your whole uterus is contracting. It's just practice contractions, the muscles contracting and practicing for the big event. So it's a normal thing in pregnancy. It's a good thing, and because just like any muscle, your uterus needs to practice so it'll be ready for the birth. So that's kind of exciting for me. I know Braxton Hicks isn't really exciting, but yay, we're having Braxton Hicks. But I have them I'd say at least once a day now, and they're not painful. Mine aren't painful. They're just my stomach, my uterus gets really, really hard, and it feels like my instructor from the Hypnobabies class said this is how you can tell if your uterus feels like, press on your nose, if it feels like that, kind of little soft, you can push it in, you're probably not having a Braxton Hicks. It's just, you're probably not. But if it feels more like this, you press your forehead, then you probably are. It just gets really tight, and they don't last very long. You can get up and kind of move and they'll go away. But so been having Braxton Hicks, and that's all for the symptom updates. I haven't really had any extra or different symptoms this week to let y'all know about besides the nosebleed. And I went to the dentist last week, like I told you about, and that went good. My teeth are shiny and clean. It was a good appointment. They didn't take any x-rays. They just cleaned my teeth. We got a rocking chair this week. That's exciting. We got one. We just ordered it, or we didn't order it. We picked it up from Walmart. They actually had one in the store, and being from Walmart, it's really nice. It's an espresso color. The wood is espresso color, so it's darker, and the cushions are like a off-white color, and it's gonna match like the curtains in the nursery, and the crib and her dresser is gonna be espresso in color, like the dark wood color. So it looks good and it's comfortable. We've sat in it. So we have a doctor's appointment this week. Yay! I get really excited about the doctor's appointments because right now they're still only once a month, and this appointment we'll get to see her again, because last appointment, when we found out the gender, she was in a bad position. I didn't get to see her face very well. They didn't get to see her nose and her lips and like her profile. So, but that's fine with me, because I mean, I really want to see her again, and I want to see her face, so I'm glad we're having another ultrasound. So that's going to be Thursday, and I'll let you know how that goes in my next video update, the 26-week video update, and hopefully I'll have some really good pictures of her, and you see those on my fridge over there. I'll have some new ones to put on my fridge, and hopefully we'll get to see her pretty little face. So before I do my belly shot and measure my waist, I wanted to tell you about a gender test that I did. And I know you're all thinking, you already know the gender, it's a girl, you have a name, Charlotte. But I found this test that uses baking soda. I found it online, and I wasn't looking for a gender test. I was actually looking at cloth diapers on a website, diaperswappers.com. And I just stumbled across this. It was like a forum. So I read it, and you use baking soda, and instead of like peeing on a pregnancy stick when you're trying to find out if you're pregnant, you pee on, sorry, this is TMI, but you pee on baking soda. It's a tablespoon of baking soda. And you can just put that in a cup, and if it fizzes or bubbles or does anything like that, then they say it's a boy. And if it doesn't do anything after you pee on it, then they say it's a girl. So I had to do it. And my reason is because, I mean, why wouldn't you want to try that? It's baking soda. Everybody has baking soda in their house, and it's cheap, and might as well. And another reason is because when we found out the gender a month ago, Charlotte was in like a really bad position. She was curled up into a ball, and the ultrasound tech could barely see between her legs. And her little thighs were pressed like really close together. So the tech said girl, and she said girl. She like did different angles, and she said girl like 3 times. And so we feel pretty confident, and we were thinking it was a girl anyway. But I still can't wait until this Thursday for our next appointment to like definitely make sure. Hopefully she'll be in a better position. So that's another reason I wanted to do the test, because I don't know, I just wanted to see if it said girl too. So I did it, and it didn't fizz, and it didn't bubble or anything. So that means girl. So I guess Charlotte is a girl. We'll see. But it was fun. I recommend it. I mean, it's cheap. It's easy. It's not like those like $25 IntelliGender tests that you buy at the store, and who even knows if that works. It might be the same exact thing, the same idea. But I say do it. Go for it if you're pregnant. And I think it can work as early as like 8 to 10 weeks. So see what it says for you. It might be right. And now I'll show you my belly and measure it for you. Actually, I think I've grown. It might be the shirt, but I measured at 36 3/4, so that's a pretty big growth. So here's the belly. Front, starting to round out. So I'll see you next week, 26 weeks. Bye.